When I look back into our family history, I'm connected. Whether we realize it or not, we're more generationally connected to our family and our family history than we think. And I want to talk about dealing with the pain and the hurt and the problems that have been generationally transferred to us, and how not to do that to the next generation. How to leave your children and grandchildren a better legacy. I want to first of all talk about the issue of generational transference, and this is Deuteronomy 5 in the Bible. And this is Deuteronomy chapter 5. It says, I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing mercy to thousands to those who love me and keep my commandments. God says to the children of Israel, I'm going to visit the iniquity, and it really means parents here or ancestors. I'm going to visit the iniquity of the fathers to the third and fourth generation. Now, the word iniquity is the word avah or avon in the Hebrew language, and it literally means to bend or twist. And you see a tree that has been blown by a wind, like a prevailing wind, and all of a sudden you'll notice that tree grows with a bent. That's what iniquity means. It means that you grow up in a home where something wrong is happening. The way they talk, the way they think, the way they act. And a little child, as that influence is on them over and over and over and over, you grow up with that bent. And we all know that family systems have the same family traits generation after generation after generation. The most powerful people in our lives are our parents. And we are more than likely going to behave the way our parents did, right or wrong. And if our parents were righteous and godly, we grow up straight. But if our parents were unrighteous, we grow up with that bent. And that's what God is saying here. He is saying that I'm going to visit the iniquities, the tendencies of the father to the third and fourth generation. Now, let me just give you an example of how powerful this is, because we can make a choice to break free from the negative influence of our past generations and to leave a better legacy for our children. But just to show you how connected we are to this generational issue, in 1906, there was a study released that compared the descendants of the 18th century evangelist Jonathan Edwards with another man who lived at the same time named Max Jukes. And the two men were total opposites. Jonathan Edwards and his wife were very strong Christians. He was a preacher, and they raised their children in a very strong Christian environment. Listen to the descendants now. In 1906, they looked back at the family history of Jonathan Edwards and his wife and their descendants. In 1906, here were the list of their descendants. 14 college presidents, more than 100 college professors, more than 100 lawyers, 30 judges and 60 physicians, more than 100 clergymen, missionaries and theological professors, 60 authors, 3 senators, and a vice president of the United States. Came from one couple who raised godly children. They generationally transferred their behavior to their children, and the result was blessing, the blessing of God to those generations. Max Jukes did not raise his family. He would disappear for days at a time and go get drunk and then come back home. And in 1906, it was estimated that Max Jukes and his family had cost the state of New York $12 million. That would be over $100 million in today's money. And since the 18th century till 1906, here are the known descendants of Max Jukes. 310 descendants in poverty, 150 criminals, 100 drunks, 7 murderers, and half of his female descendants were prostitutes. That's how profound this is. This is how profound parents affect their children and their grandchildren, and so on and so forth. We are generationally connected more than we think we are, one way or the other. And I'm saying this in 2 senses. In the first sense, I'm saying when you look back into your past, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, their lives affected your life very directly, whether you realize that or not. And then when you look forward into your future and your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, you will have a profound effect upon them. My life right now has a profound effect on my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, right on down the line. And we just need to realize this and understand that we can make that positive or negative. We have the right to choose there. Righteousness or sin, health or unhealth, blessing or cursing, wealth or poverty, education or ignorance, pleasure or pain. All of us have this generational connection, and we decide our legacy, and we have the power to change a bad legacy. Listen, you may have a Max Jukes bloodline. You can turn that into a Jonathan Edwards bloodline. Did you know that? Whatever your past was, you can have the future that you choose.
Thank you for watching Marriage Today with Jimmy and Karen. Support Marriage Today with your best gift and receive the series, The Hurt Pocket.
Experience release and freedom from the pain of your past with the life-changing book, When Life Hurts by Jimmy Evans. Visit whenlifehurtsbook.com.
Follow your interests and get social by connecting with Jimmy and Karen and the Ministry of Marriage Today on Twitter.
Become a rock-solid partner today and equip yourself with the tools you need for a successful marriage. $14, $28, or $56 per month. Choose the partnership level that's right for you. Become a rock-solid partner today.